Okay, now let's show move hints and move a piece. Now, when I select a piece, I want a green dot on the square that it can move to. And then clicking on one of those dots should actually move the piece. So, for instance, if I am here, when I click this, I want to see a green dot here and a green dot here. Okay, because these two are well, basically having a marble inside. And then if I click on this, I want this piece to move here. Okay, I don't care about captures for now, and I don't care about turn for now, only just this. Now, in order to achieve this, I need to know the directions for each of the selected pieces. So if I am here, one direction is this way, one direction is this way, one is this way, and one is this way. So this specific square is on line or in row 0, 1, and 2, and 1. The candidates for move are this one, which is 1 and 0, this one, which is 1 and 2, this one, which is 3 and 0, and this one, which is 3 and 2. Now, based on 2 and 1, we can see that each diagonal will be either -1, -1, based on this, -1, 1, 1, -1, or 1, 1 for this specific square. Now, for example, for this one, we would have 2 which are outbound. We need to take that into consideration as well. So let's go to the code. Now here on the game, the first thing that I want to do is to define the diagonals so that I could use them later on like this, and it's going to be an array of like 4 different directions. So -1, -1, -1, 1, 1, -1, and 1, 1. Then also we need a function that figures out where the piece that is selected can go to. Go here and say this is a function. Let's call this legal moves from. And then we need to provide the R and C. The thing that we need to do here is the thing that I described here. So for here, I would check if I can go here, if I can go here, if I can go here, if I can go here. So meaning that based on R and C, I would add the values on the diagonals to this value, and then check if this is a marble or if it's null. If it's null, I can move to it. If it's marble, I cannot move to it. Also, if I am, for example, here, if I get outbounds, I cannot move to it. So let's first have a moves array to store all the available moves. Then for each of the directions that we have, so let's say for all the directions in all diagonals, now this D will give me these two, but much more easier will be that I distract it here. So say D of R and D of C here, and then use it. Now, the next row will be the current row plus the DR. Also, the next column will be the current column plus the C. Now, we need to check that if this is inbound and it's not taken, then we can move to it. It's a candidate. So let me define a function calling inbounds that we would write in a minute, and then give it nr and nc to it, and also say that if the state and then board of the nr and nc is null. If these two cases are true, then we can move to it. So it's a candidate. So moves dot push nr and nc, and this shall be like this. The row is this one and the column is this one. Okay, now I get the legal moves, but I also need to write this function. So let's go here and say function inbounds. It will take R and C, and it needs to check that if either R or C is inside the board or not. So for example, if R is less than 0, we are here. R is greater than 7, we are here. Also for C less than 0 and C greater than 7. We can go here and say if R is greater than or equal to 0, then it's fine. And if R is less than board size, this is fine for the R. Also the same for C. If this is true, we return true, otherwise we return false. But instead of doing it like this and then say else return false, we can just say return this value. Okay. Okay, so now we have the legal moves. Actually, I didn't return it. So I need to return the moves here to be able to use it. Now I need to be able to call this legal moves and then store this value in some state so that I can render it later on. Okay, so each of our functions need to do one thing. And this legal moves only will show the legal moves of the square that is being passed to it. It doesn't care about anything else. So first I need to have something in my state, say legal moves. This is going to be an array and it will be filled with the this function that we wrote up here, legal moves. But when is it going to be filled? When we click on a specific cell. So let me close this and then go here. When I'm handling the square click, I need to be able to render the legal moves as well. So basically here, we just want to say that the legal moves is going to be the legal moves from, and then pass the R and C. Also down here, the legal moves will be null. So now we are only figuring out the legal moves, but we also need to show it to the user. So let's go to the render board, and here, when we are dealing with the specific square, we need to see if it is a square that is a legal move. So for example, when I am selecting this specific cell, and when I get to this square that I want to render, this square is going to be a legal move of this square. Okay, here after this is selected, I can check to see if this is a legal move square or not. How can I get that? I can check the state.legalMoves, and on those legal moves find a square which is the same as this square that I'm currently in. So I would use sum and say that for example each m.r is equal to the current r, and m.c is equal to current c. If this is the case, then I need to add some class to this square. Let's say this is the move hint. So let's go here, for example, select this one. Okay, so this is selected, and this is the move hint, and this is also the move hint. So let's go to the styles here, and this shall be on the square. So down here, let's say the square that has the move hint. Now for this one, I'm going to use a after class to get a green dot on the square. This after is a CSS trick that it would add a fake element without touching the HTML. Okay, so let's go here and say after. Then we here need to say the content is like this. We also need to say that the position is absolute here. And let's give it some width, maybe 24%. And the height maybe also 24%. Some background, let's say red for now. And yeah, and since we are here, and we also need to say that this square is now a position relative, because we have used absolute here. So if I go back, yes, this is correct now. I can style it much better. Let's go here and say, for example, this is a red. So RGBA of maybe these values. Okay, I need to say this is a circle, so border radius of 50%. Great, and I want some shadows here as well. Let's say something like this, and the same value that we provided here. Like this. Okay, great. Now I need to be able to move this piece to this place. Well, if a piece is already selected and then the next click is on a legal move, then we can move it. If I go to my game here, go down, further down on the handle square here, I can check to see if this is a hint square that is clicked or not. So I can go here and say if we have selected something, then there might be some hints. Okay, we also need to check to see if the clicked square is one of the hint moves or not. So for example, let me log the R and C here, and also the legal moves. So state dot legal moves. Now for example, for this one, when I'm clicking here, you see that the square that I clicked is 4, 3, which is this one, but the legal moves are 3, 4, and 3, 6. So this is not a valid move. But if I click here and then click here, then one of these legal moves is this move. So I need to check that if the clicked square is one of the valid moves or not. So down here, I would check to see if it's legal or not. For legal, I would do something like what we had here. So let me grab this and put it down here. It would say if the legal moves, there is some R that is the same as the current R and C. Now make some room here, and then if this is illegal, let's say the from is the state dot selected. We are coming from this. Then the state dot board at RC, the position that we just clicked, is going to be the state dot board at from.c from .r and then from.c. So we move the marble from to the new position. Also, we need to set the from to null because we have moved the marble from there. So this is going to be now null. Also, we need to say that the move is done. So reset the selected and reset the legal moves. So state dot selected is going to be null, and then state dot legal moves shall be empty. We need to also render the board again because we have moved stuff here, and then return. Okay, so otherwise then we would do the thing as we did before. Okay, so let's go and see if this is working. Now I can move here and move here, and you can see this is a valid move, but we haven't considered it yet. So we can move here, and I can always play with the red, and I can go back and everything. So for now this is working. Okay, you see when I click here it goes away. So okay, so now for now this is working perfect.